Alexa Bliss has WWE fans talking yet again. In this video, I'm going to tell you exactly why they're talking, what she did to get them to talk, and why I have a new narrative when it comes to Alexa Bliss. Something in which I don't think people are talking enough about. Because Alexa Bliss, she's been out of the game, pro wrestling terms, since January of 2023. She took time off after the Royal Rumble after being paired back with Bray Wyatt and Uncle Howdy. She was going to take a few weeks off, return to television, they were going to pick right back up. But that didn't happen, did it? Because Bray Wyatt was pulled from television due to a heart issue, and Alexa Bliss became pregnant. We have not seen Alexa Bliss since then. Unfortunately, Bray Wyatt passed away in late 2023. Alexa Bliss gave birth to her first child, and there have been multiple reports about how WWE is planning for Alexa Bliss to return. She has taken to social media. She has basically come out and said that she is going to be returning without saying, I'm going to be returning. She's shared in-ring training footage, her hitting her finisher, and consistently updating fans and dropping teasers here and there, something in which I've covered here on the channel. But she recently got fans talking yet again, and it gave me a new idea because I think she gave us a little bit of insight into what she's doing, because Alexa Bliss has fans really eagerly awaiting her return. They want to see if she will actually return, something which I think that she will, and they want to see how she does return. How will WWE book her? How will they use her? Will she come back and be part of the Wyatt Six? Will she come back as the classic Alexa Bliss character? Will she come back as a babyface or a heel? So many questions. So many questions. Little answers, though. That leads us to today's video, because in a recent response, people were sharing a Twitter image talking about the best talkers in WWE. Someone mentioned Alexa Bliss, and she responded, "Just you wait," with a little microphone emoji. And it got people talking, oh, she's heading towards her return. Oh, Alexa Bliss is close to her return. Well, we've already known that there was a previous report by PW Insider talking about how they've been told she is not expected to return this year. Fightful Select came out with a report of their own stating, no, there is no creative plans for Alexa Bliss. She's been ruled out for a 2024 return with a 2025 return in mind. But this is what got me thinking. I think we're getting more and more hints from Alexa Bliss because they've really become frequent. And it's because she's gearing up towards her return. Now, as obvious as that sounds, and please don't will dub me in the comments, hear me out. I think we're actually going to get Alexa Bliss at the Royal Rumble. And I don't think that's far-fetched, and I think a lot of you would agree with that. How do you kick off Alexa's big return? I don't have this confirmed, obviously. I don't think she's going to be returning and being part of the Wyatt Six. In fact, I think that's a major mistake. I'll explain why. More on that in a minute. I think she's actually going to return at the Royal Rumble, and she's going to be competing in the Women's Royal Rumble match. You would bring her back as the iconic Alexa Bliss, and you would do so in a heel fashion. While, yes, she will get an ovation like no other when she returns in a big babyface, I think that would be wise to capitalize off of and turn her heel, because I think she's a better heel than a babyface. Regardless whether she's a babyface or a heel, have her return at the Women's Royal Rumble. By doing so, you set the stage for whatever creative you have. If you have intentions of her going after a championship, you could potentially have her win or go to the final two. I actually think her coming out at number 30 would be wise, considering that she's been out for so long. It would be a nice last pop moment for the crowd, because I feel like number 30 should always be saved as either a big name or a return or a surprise. So it would do that. It would also give Alexa Bliss the opportunity to set up a future feud. So if she's going for a championship, have her win the Royal Rumble, have her finish second, and then she go on to the opposite brand winner. You could also set up a potential singles feud or a tag team feud or whatever plans you have in that match by having her mix it up with whoever is in said match. There's just So many different opportunities. It's such a big spot. It's one of WWE's biggest events of the year. And while it may be predictable, I think in a lot of ways predictability is a good thing. And in this case, and in the case of Alexa Bliss, I think that would be what is best for her. Now, in regards to the Wyatt Six, I've said this once, I've said this before, I will say it again. I do not think Alexa Bliss should be part of the Wyatt Six. It is a faction that has slowly but surely declined on the internal roster of importance list. I also look at it like this. You would be treading on what she and Bray Wyatt did previous. During the pandemic, they were paired together as The Fiend. You had a male version of The Fiend, you had a female version of The Fiend. I don't think that she can top what she did with Bray Wyatt. They tried to do it when Uncle Howdy was next with them, paired with them as the alter ego of Bray Wyatt. However, I also think that that would not have worked out in the way that people think it would have. I think they would have went a much different direction. The Wyatt Six, in my opinion, is just a rehash of what Bray Wyatt's character was from 2022 and early 2023. And I don't think without Bray Wyatt, any of that works. Supernatural is very difficult to get across and get over in pro wrestling. You have to be a very special individual, which Bray Wyatt was. But he is no longer with us. And without him, I do not see the same that I did him as the Wyatt Six. I'm not a fan of the Wyatt Six. I like the Uncle Howdy character. I don't like the overall group. I think they're starting to get a little bit exposed, and I don't think you would want to necessarily pair Alexa Bliss with a group that is on the decline instead of up and going up and getting over more and more, right? So, especially when she first returns, why would you want her to do that? So, have Alexa Bliss return, potentially at the Royal Rumble, or pick a freaking date in 2025. I don't care. Have her come back and actually use her, right? That was a knock that I had with Triple H booking her before she went on hiatus. I understand she was in a title match in her last match, but before then, they didn't know what to do with her, right? She was a heel or she was a babyface, but it was 50-50 booking. They didn't have any clear-cut direction for her. She was just kind of floundering out there. That's something in which they got to get a hold of. That's something in which they have got to address. And for her sake and for her fans' sake, I hope that they absolutely do. Let me know in the comments there below, what do you think WWE should do with Alexa Bliss?